Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, and appreciate all you folks in Brownsville, Tennessee on 1520 AM and 95.3 FM, and of course Jackson, Tennessee on News Talk 101.5, and right here in Memphis on ESPN 790, 92.9 HD-FM. And this is one of our all-time special guests. We always like to talk to Ott Defoe because he lives such a quiet life. You know, nothing ever happens to him, it seems like. But I don't know. Is when I called Ott the other day and I sent him an email to make sure he said, I can't do it next week. I'm going to be a little busy next week. And I said, well, I understand that. But he's been out like the rest of the folks, but he's ready to start fishing again. And always good to talk to Ott Defoe. Good morning, Ott.
Hey, Larry, how are you?
I'm doing great when I hear your voice and everything. I know that I got to ask you this. I mean, it seems like an eternity ago. You know, you had all these things happen. You win the Classic. You have your heart procedure done, all these kind of things. You switch to Major League Fishing, and then here's things are rolling along. You're number one in your standings, and then all of a sudden, bang, you, like the rest of us, have had to adjust life since early March, and now it's almost time to go back to work. So talk about all this transition in a little over a year that's happened to you, Ott, and explain how you've been able to deal with this.
Man, it is interesting, Larry. You know, everybody's talking about the new normal that they've been living here in the last couple months or so. My normal, I haven't seen that in over a year now. Since winning the Classic, and then going through a very busy next 3 months or so, and then to find out I had to have heart surgery, and just kind of the immediate. Everybody felt this immediate.
Yes. At 33, thought everything was going great. 33 years old, your body's great, and all these things, and you've dealt with that, and then you get off to this, a good start. And then, bingo, you're in quarantine. It's not too bad to be with your family. I know that and everything. Yeah. So as you get ready for return to action, June 7th through 12th on the Major League Fishing Pro Bass Tour, and you'll be heading to the heavy hitters. Talk about this. What's been going on with you?
Yeah, we've been home quarantined like everybody else, and that's for sure the longest I've been home, honestly, in probably at least 5 years, if not longer than that. But,
in Blaine, Tennessee. Back home in Blaine, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right, and been enjoying this time. We hunted. I've never been a turkey hunter, but I am now, and I absolutely got addicted to that this spring.
Yes, you did.
Home the whole turkey season, and fished a good bit, and just definitely enjoyed this time. But I am ready. I'm a competitor. I have missed competition, and I'm ready to get back to it.
And it won't be long. I mean, so it's time to go to a place that everybody looks at, and I got to ask you. I know the decision was tough to leave what you had been fishing. You talked about it on this show about going to Major League Fishing, and now they got 80 guys coming to fish. $745,000 purse. Can I say that again, please?
You can.
Many times. That blows your mind. So talk about life in the Major League Fishing. Has it been – I know you're a competitor. You talked about that. And that's what this is all about, catch and catch and catch and catch. So talk about the transition from where you were fishing and now how you fish.
Yeah, I haven't fished the Elite Series and Classics and 5-fish limit tournaments to, our format with Major League Fishing. Last year we fished a 1 pound minimum. Now we're fishing a 2 pound. I'll be honest in saying I was against the 2 pound. I thought that would slow Score Tracker down, but I've embraced it and I thoroughly enjoy it. I enjoy the 2 pound minimum. It makes you target the kind of fish you want to catch and get credit for those kind of fish. But I love the pace of it. I love the fact that every fish counts. Actually, my daughter and I fished a tournament last weekend on Douglas. And,
you did?
She said, we Yeah, and she said we were catching a lot of fish, but we weren't catching much. It was cold. And she said, I wish every one of these counted. I said, believe you me, that's why I enjoy it. It's just I do. I love that style of competition. So it is. It's enjoyable, and I think that a guy can get lucky, and I have been the recipient of it, and I have been the guy who got knocked down a place or two because of it. But you get one or two big bites in a day, but you only catch 6 or 7 fish. You come in and people look at you like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Where but there might have been a guy who caught 20 nice fish. He just lacked a really big bite to pass you. So I think it kind of shows that guy who caught 20, he really had the better day.
He did.
He just lacked a big bite or two, and
that's
what I like about our Every Fish Counts.
Because this is a big bite. I mean, that could be a $50,000 fish on your line.
Yeah.
Now. Does that go
Absolutely.
through your mind? I mean, does that? We've all lost some fish that we know were twice the size they probably were. When we think back. So does what goes through your mind when you've got a fish on the line that you think it might be worth $50,000? I mean, or does that even come to your mind? It will.
It definitely will in heavy hitters, because on the final day, if you make it, big fish on the final day pays $100,000. So I've never fished for a prize like that for one that's based on one cast. So, but yes, I mean I can think of the 6-pounder I caught day one of the Classic. That was
I thought you might say that one. Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, when I honestly thought I had a drum until I saw it.
I remember that.
I did.
Yeah.
I knew how important that fish was. So the fish I won, or a fish I caught in the Mississippi River in my first Elite Series win. That was a 6-pounder that I caught up there, and when I saw it, I knew, this is a tournament. This ain't just a day maker. This is a tournament maker.
It's almost like you're a pitcher that remembers that curve he should have not thrown. It stays in your mind like that. Again, we're talking to our good friend Ott Defoe out of Blaine, Tennessee, who's Major League Fishing right now. We're getting ready to go to Lake Toho in the Kissimmee Chain down in South Florida, June 7th through 12th. And, of course, all of these will be on TV. All of them are streamlined. I mean, live streaming, all these things. It's there for the world to see, right?
That's right.
That's
right. Yeah.
So when you started this journey, this has got to be the dream for you, isn't it? I mean,
yes, it is. I'm so thankful, so blessed. God has taken care of my family, and honestly has allowed me to live the dream that I had from the time I was 9 years old. And I
amazing.
Number one, I don't know why I deserve to get to do it, but I'm so very thankful.
Well, you're there for a reason, Ott. I mean, the example you said is what achieves more to come into this, and we're all so tired of being the way it's been for the last 2 months. We can't wait to see live events. I even watched a golf with 4 guys going for $20 million the other day, and I said, "Well, I watched this 4 hours of 4 guys." But it comes down. It comes down to this, and I know that when you think back and everything like that, I remember one time long ago. I'm afraid of heights, and I think we relate to that. I don't ride roller coasters. I know you don't do that. I did it one time, and that's because I was dating my wife for 54 years now. I'm not sure if I'd have made it through that. We wouldn't have been able to do that things and everything.
Right.
But the pressures of coming back now, are after this layoff. What's it going to be like for you to finally get back on the water?
It'll in some ways just be, just going back to hopefully be just like riding a bicycle and get right back to where we were. But as far as pressure is concerned or anything, I always try to take it a day at a time and try to handle, don't worry about tomorrow. That's one of my favorite scriptures. Is not to worry, and that's one I definitely try to live by, because it adds nothing to your life. So I try to take each day as it comes, and just make the most of each morning that I wake up.
I know you're in Group B. A lot of folks won't understand that when it comes to and
that's honestly the first I knew of that. So I appreciate you telling me. That's That is just how concerned I am with any of the details. Right
really?
there.
Okay. I went back and looked just to make sure, A and B. And this one is going to be different, though, with all the different layouts and stuff like that. Talk about the changes as we get back to life with Major League Fishing, because they've got it's going to be no fans, none of this stuff.
Yeah.
What's that going to be like for you?
Yeah, that part is. I mean, it's disappointing. That's the only way I know to put it. But it's where we are right now. I mean, that's just for everyone's safety. And following the guidelines as well. That's the other part of that, is that we have to. But they're allowing us to have this event down there, so we've got to follow the guidelines that's put forth and not have big crowds of people or anything. So that's something that they have to just not allow. But that's hey, at least we can have the event, and it's the great thing, like you mentioned, with the live streaming and the TV shows and stuff. There's 10 cameras out there in the anglers' boats.
10
if you want
cameras.
to watch the action, there's no better way to do it than to get on that live stream.
And you got score tracker updates. You got folks. You need that Major League Fishing app. I've even got that. If I can do that at 108 years old, I mean, you can do it, because it just puts you right there. MajorLeagueFishing.com. More than 325 hours of original programming. I love it. Do you realize those cameras are there? Does that add anything to anxiety or anything like that?
I'm pretty close to numb to it at this point.
Are you really?
I really, I am. I honestly almost feel more at home with the camera in the boat than I do without, just because I've had one in the boat so much, and I enjoy that. I enjoy, getting to share that experience with people out there watching, and them getting to see it, and hopefully help them learn something that they can apply next time they go fishing.
Well, folks, I want you to know, if you need to follow Ott on his Facebook page. It is wonderful, family-oriented. Don't have to worry about anything like that. This man has 69,521 people. Get this, 51 of them are my friends. I mean, that doesn't tell you something right there for sure. But so tell them how they can follow you.
Yep, Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube channel is growing. Make sure
sure
you're getting on there and watching it. We've been doing some competitions amongst the family.
Yes, you have.
Here lately, those are a lot of fun. And Jenny's actually working on one of those videos right now. So, those are a lot of fun. But check us out on all those channels. Hunt for Monster Bass has been airing on Outdoor Channel.
I've watched it.
And I think it's going to actually re-air again next quarter.
Well, just look for Ott Defoe. Ott, thank you for being on Outdoors with Larry Ray. You've been on here a bunch of times, and I don't believe in luck. I'm a man of faith there, buddy. So just go down there to Florida and do what God's going to keep you doing. Okay, man?
Hey, absolutely. Thank you, Larry.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right?
You too. Good to talk to you.
Okay, let's take a break. I know Gene and Dave are there, but I wanted that one. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to that as much as I did talking to him. Okay, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he could do like that other fisherman, make a lot of bloopers and make money on that, too.
Well, he don't make any bloopers. He's anybody named Ott is not a blooper. All right, let's take a break. Come right back. It's nothing but us as we close. Can you believe it? Is it time? Is this it? Is this it? This is the last segment? What happened to the other ones we had? Have they already gone?
No.
All right. Get ready. We'll be right back.